Imagine a tense traffic stop late at night. The lights illuminate the road, and in a matter of seconds, an officer crosses the line, violating a citizen's constitutional rights during an arrest. When the dust settles, most people misunderstand how the law actually works in this scenario. They confuse the right to defend their physical freedom against the state with the right to seek financial compensation from it. Let's look at a foundational legal scenario. Take someone we'll call Paula Plaintiff, who is subjected to objectively unreasonable, excessive force by an arresting officer. The moment those cuffs click, a single real-world incident violently fractures into two completely separate legal universes. One path is criminal, and the other is civil. Navigating the aftermath of police misconduct means Paula is now fighting two different wars, governed by two entirely different rulebooks at exactly the same time. In the criminal arena, the state is the attacker. A prosecutor is attempting to punish Paula by stripping away her physical liberty and putting her in a prison cell. Because the stakes involve a total loss of freedom, the Constitution equips the citizen with a massive array of defensive shields. The Fifth Amendment protects against self-incrimination, a safeguard cemented by the landmark Miranda decision, ensuring suspects are informed of their right to remain silent. Then there is the Sixth Amendment's guarantee to legal counsel. Established by Gideon v. Wainwright, this ensures if a defendant faces incarceration and cannot afford an attorney, the government must provide one for free. This gauge visualizes the prosecutor's massive hurdle in criminal court. To secure a conviction, the state must prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The needle has to push past the 85% mark, approaching absolute certainty. The criminal justice system is heavily weighted to protect the individual from wrongful imprisonment. But it offers absolutely zero financial compensation for the physical abuse Paula suffered on the side of the road. To fix the physical and emotional harm, Paula has to step into the civil arena. Here, she becomes the attacker against the state, seeking monetary damages rather than criminal punishment. To sue the government, she relies on a specific legal vehicle created after the Civil War, Title 42, U.S. Code, Section 1983. This animation shows the two strict pillars required to build a Section 1983 lawsuit. First, Paula must prove she was actively deprived of a federally protected right. Second, she has to prove the offending officer was acting under color of law, meaning they used the apparent authority of the state to commit the violation. This comparative chart shows the difference in what it takes to win. In her civil case, Paula only needs a preponderance of the evidence. Instead of the towering criminal threshold of near absolute certainty, she only has to prove it is slightly more than 50% likely that the officer violated her rights. The civil system offers an easier mathematical standard to win financial damages, but it forces the private citizen to shoulder the burden of the attack, hiring their own lawyers to fight the government. Yet, even with that lower burden of proof, successfully suing a police officer means surviving the ultimate procedural trapdoor. It is called qualified immunity. This is a unique, judge-made legal shield designed specifically to protect government officials from personal financial liability when they are sued. To pierce this shield, a victim must prove the official violated clearly established federal law. In practice, this means finding an almost identical prior court case where an officer was already found guilty for the exact same conduct. The standard was originally designed to let officials make split-second decisions on the street without the constant fear of personal bankruptcy. But it creates immense real-world friction, frequently blocking victims from securing justice, even when officers act in clear bad faith. Returning to that dark road, the system acts as a protective shield for your freedom, but transforms into an impenetrable fortress against financial accountability. Recognizing the stark difference between your criminal protections and your civil remedies is the harsh reality of navigating constitutional rights in America.